of the second inning, 20 inning win points on the line. Let's go into the game with Air National Guard and Victoria Hayward.
I've watched you guys, and I haven't had you guys before. You guys are something.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're happy that you're here. Hey, I'm a girl that makes some close plays at first. I'm going to need you on my side. He doesn't command the drop in this warm-up, the plan is off. Huh?
I'm judging you so hard for that.
Hey, they're my people.
Leave it to a veteran like Victoria Hayward to be working over the umpires before the game, looking for some close calls at first base. Our all-female umpiring crew, Tatum Stolting, Jill Poole, and Stacy Newton.
Well, and she was just waving at the players that were behind her. That was a really cool moment. She was walking back to her position. A lot of the girls from the Texas team are back behind the left field wall and gave a little wave, and they got just so excited. I think they're waiting for a home run ball, and the odds are high that I feel like one will go out to left field at some point in this game.
I'm concerned they didn't bring the gloves.
Yeah.
Because those are some rockets that get hit out that way.
That's true. Yeah, if you're going to stand out there, you definitely need some protection. You can't be getting hurt in the Little League Softball World Series, especially when you're the defending champs, Texas and Midway Little League.
At North Carolina tomorrow in the winner's bracket, as that's down and away to Odyssey Alexander, who I think is probably one of the fan favorites here. Showed Jessie Warren with her cousin Kaylee Garner in the stands earlier. Odyssey works with Kaylee throughout the year as well. Odyssey's got herself in the lineup. 7-8-9 for her team coming up, but did not put herself in the circle here in game one.
You know, I was thinking about how different this schedule is this week for these athletes. Usually they play a doubleheader, well, one game a day for each team, but on Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday. So 3 days of games in a row, but this week is going to be a little different, knowing that you play today, which is Wednesday, and then they'll play again not until Saturday and Sunday. So pitchers going to have the ability to get a little bit more rest, and same thing, of course, with the catchers and all the other position players, but just a different schedule.
Odyssey's first at bat of this season. We talked about this with Alicia Ocasio, and I love this about captains. Somebody like Odyssey who maybe isn't regularly in the order, or Alicia Ocasio who gets a few at bats here and there, but when they're the captain, call your own number, and they're not afraid to do that.
Well, we've seen Megan Faraimo take some swings too.
Odyssey is up there swinging right now. Asia wants to have a quick word with Faraimo. We have had 8 home runs hit this evening, 6 in game one, 2 in this game. 6 of those 8 are hit by players who had not hit one yet this season. So a lot of players enjoying their time in Greenville. And a restock on softballs behind the plate as Odyssey Alexander's fouled off a handful. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Actually starting to see now some pods of teams in the outfield. Texas started a trend to go out behind the outfield wall. They're starting to notice that the ball is flying out of the ballpark. What is it, 8 home runs?
8 home runs. Well, with Odyssey at the plate right now, you can stay out there because she's got that power, but also go in the concourse area around and you can probably chase some down. She fouls another pitch off.
That's a Canadian team. Remember Vic Hayward out in left field, or they're really close to right now, play for Team Canada.
Pitch gets her looking. Great off speed from Faraimo, her second strikeout.
Just buckled her knees with this one. Change speeds. Look at her knees, paints the inside corner, completely fooled Odyssey Alexander, the captain. She can just look down and probably think, that was a good pitch.
Brings the heat. First pitch to Jordan Roberts, the DP. 68 miles per hour on that last pitch from Faraimo. Roberts Roberts from Live Oak, Florida, played at the University of Florida. Check swing, back to Megan Faraimo, 2 away. Well, your day off from Little League, but you're in the booth tonight for Athletes Unlimited, and then back to work tomorrow and some really big games here in the winners bracket.
Yeah, that first one tomorrow at 1 Eastern on ESPN between North Carolina and Texas will be a good one. Texas, the defending champs from last year, at North Carolina with a very good offense. And how about Puerto Rico going 2-0 so far last year? They brought their Little League here and they went 0-2 this year, starting out 2-0.
Maybe some wise words from Alicia Ocasio when she met with that team, helping them have some success. 1-0. That's fouled back behind us in the booth up here by Josie Muffley.
Just a special event to have this, Chucky. Sorry if I bring it up every inning or maybe every other inning, but it's just an event that has never happened before in our sport, to have a professional softball game being played at the Little League Softball World Series and have the Little League teams here watching these athletes compete.
Hey, I'll talk about it all night.
I know. Well, we say the boys get to do it, and you know, we wanted to get to do it too. Little League Baseball World Series, of course, extremely popular, and they play an MLB game there. So now we're joining in on the fun.
And when we say these pros have enjoyed it, they have absolutely loved this experience. It has been unanimous. Everybody we talked to before the game, seen them at the hotel a little bit, and they are loving this chance to be here.
It's fun just to go back to your roots, and for them, I'm sure, to reflect back to their own journeys.
Swing and a miss. Faraimo has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters. It's Muffley on strikes.
Thanks, Chucky. Colin, Trish, I know you must be so proud. You have watched Kat through every stage of softball. Is there a part of it that just never gets old?
Well, the games never get old. We enjoy watching the games, and you know, they can be stressful when Catherine's pitching, but it's a lot of fun. And
actually, the traveling never gets old either. I mean, it's fun to go different places, and it's just great to see her happy.
Well, I'm glad I caught you now where we can be nice and relaxed. There might be a little bit more tense if she comes in at any point during this game, but you all were recognized yesterday by Little League as the Parents of the Year, the first softball parents recognized. There's so much that goes into that. The snacks, like you mentioned, the travel, being there. What's something that you always told Kat or just wanted to remind her of, no matter what age she was when she stepped on the softball field?
Not to let it get to her, and she has that one-pitch mentality, which I think she's always had, and when she's a little girl, I never saw her get too upset.
I would always just say, just have fun, because if you're having fun, you want to keep playing some more, and you know, that's what it should be.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, Kat Sandercock, they said she's always had that one-pitch mentality, and that's the mentality you want when you go to a place like Florida State with a mastermind of pitching in Lonnie Alameda, and that's probably why that was such a great fit for her.
Yeah, she was in the booth yesterday with us after throwing out that first pitch, and always fun to talk to her. You could tell that this is really meaningful for her to have pitched in the Little League Softball World Series whenever it was in Portland, Oregon, and at Alpenrose Stadium, and to now be here in a different role and in a different city too. But that was a decade ago that her Little League were the Little League Softball World Series runners-up. An experience for her at a young age.
She's out there getting loose in the bullpen right now. What a moment it would be if we do see her in this game. Right now it is Odyssey Alexander in this game. There's Catherine Sandercock as a Little Leaguer from McLean Little League out of Virginia.
And she looks exactly the same. Like, I don't think she's just gotten a little taller, really, but that's it. She looks the same. And her intro said, "Hi, my name's Catherine Sandercock, and I love Justin Bieber." That's what she just wanted the world to know when she was at the Little League Softball World Series. And I mean, 10 years ago, you know, who didn't love Justin Bieber?
10 years ago? What are you talking about?
Yeah, maybe not too. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Don't be hating on my man Justin Bieber.
No hate.
Oh
No hate.
my goodness.
Maybe 10 years ago was when
10
the love
years
was
ago.
just really getting started. I'm sorry, Chuck. I didn't
Oh
know
my
you're such a
God.
Justin Bieber fan.
He's dropping bangers left and right.
Oh my God. Okay, you can do your intro tomorrow. Hi, I'm Chucky Kemp, and I love Justin Bieber.
No crime. No crime. Loving great music. A one away for Odyssey Alexander. Got the ground out. Now walks Haley McClenny, but Odyssey into the 4th spot on the leaderboard. She has looked really good this season. Had a great performance last week. She was a member of Team Romero, but you play that good, you end up with your own team. 1-0 on the year with a 2.27 ERA.
It's a big deal for her. A first-time captain and getting to have that C on her uniform. Still throws like the Odyssey Alexander that we saw bust out in the World Series a couple of years ago.
She was a name when you came earlier this summer to AUX. That was one of the pitchers that you were most excited to see get going, and it took a little bit. She didn't get a lot of opportunities, but now that she is, she's really coming through.
I think she's come for this championship season with a different mindset altogether than what we saw in that AUX season. Maybe a fresh start.
It's a little awkward. I thought that hit when we pulled it, but maybe on the bat, and she certainly didn't sell it. Now she's kind of showing her wrist off a little bit. I say, yeah, you can have first.
Odyssey's now saying, did Deja Mulipola just talk herself into a hit by pitch here? At first, I don't think the home plate umpire called it. And then I saw this exact conversation happen. Deja showed her forearm and bone where she got hit, and it was like, oh yeah, that is a hit by pitch, go to first base. At least that's what it looked like from up here. Obviously they're not mic'd up, I can't hear the conversation, but that's what it looks like.
That's a good catcher over there, Mulipola. She's been behind the plate, she's been chatting it up with our home plate umpire, Tatum Stolting, and then you build a rapport with her. She says, yeah, she's pretty honest. She's hitting the left center field, but Aaliyah Andrews covers ground better than anybody in the outfield, and there's 2 away. See her foot speed getting to that? I mean, she ends up being a routine catch, but she is lightning fast in center field.
Always able to cover a lot of ground and help out Odyssey Alexander after a couple of free passes. And Gwen Svekis wants to have a word with Odyssey right now.
Gwen back behind the plate. There's Aaliyah Andrews, and you got to feel pretty good. If Beth Torina comes up to you and you play center field and she wants to recruit you, you got to be feeling pretty good because they have had some tremendous center fielders in Baton Rouge. Big spot from Odyssey Alexander on the outside corner to the rookie Sydney McKinney.
Yeah, you see Odyssey Alexander throwing with good velocity tonight too. 70, 71 miles an hour. That's one thing that I've noticed about her coming into this champ season is her velocity. Working that screwball and her rise ball as well as a curveball. Able to change speeds with like an off-speed curveball that she's throwing this season.
Odyssey built for this stage with all eyes on her, as we saw at the Women's College World Series a couple of years ago. You saw firsthand one of, I think you can say, one of the most electric plays we have seen in that stadium.
Yeah, one of the best plays I've ever seen at the World Series. And I mean, that 2021 World Series, remember 2020, we didn't have it because of COVID, and it was like 2021, everybody was just like, yes, we're back. Everybody loves the Women's College World Series usually, but especially after missing it for a year. And that was such a special one with James Madison and Odyssey Alexander bursting onto the scene.
Swing and a miss from McKinney right there. Odyssey Alexander, a walk and a hit by pitch, but bounces back with 2 straight outs, and that'll do it for the top of the 3rd. Walk-off, also with the glove, up 33 spots, Amanda.
Yeah, she's played extremely well, and like Bubba Nichols is playing well, she's hitting well, playing good defense, being able to do all things, and playing with a lot of confidence too. Played in Japan, and it's a big deal to play in that Japan Pro League and taking that momentum into this season.
There's our biggest movers, Alicia Ocasio, 35 spots, but 4 players, and Carrie Eberly just missed the cut, moved up 30 or more spots. And I'll be excited to see after this weekend who our big movers are, because the leaderboard is really close right now. No one really breaking away. The top 10 were all within a couple hundred of each other entering the night. This is a big game, though, between two of these captains who are now both in the circle. Leah Andrews swings through that for strike 2.
Look at these players right behind home plate that are able to just be right on top of the action, wearing those red shirts and getting to watch Megan Faraimo pitch, getting to see the pitch velocity, the spin, the movement.
Ground ball perfectly up the middle by Aaliyah Andrews beyond the outstretched glove of Faraimo. You get to see that back control of Aaliyah Andrews as well. Don't forget, Athletes Unlimited Softball returns to ESPN2 Saturday afternoon, 2:30 Eastern. Team Alexander back in action, taking on Team Davidson from Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont, Illinois. All the players head back to Rosemont tomorrow. We will have Danielle Laurie and Eric Collins, the dynamic duo, back on the call for the final 2 days of Series 3.
You can watch a lot of softball this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, you can watch Athletes Unlimited games, and then also the Little League Softball World Series games. Come down to some big ones on Saturday and Sunday. And the championship game for the first time on Sunday will be on ABC, which is a huge deal for our sport.
League Baseball Series has had that spot, and now elevating the Little League Softball World Series, rightfully so. Incredible seeing it firsthand just down the street. Everything's really close here by the college at East Carolina University, and just a couple minutes away at Stallings Stadium at Elm Street Park, where the Little League Softball World Series is played. And then you'll get a few days off before week 4 of Athletes Unlimited.
Before we meet again for more softball. Softball, softball, softball.
1-2. Great swing on the inside pitch from Kelsey Harshman. She has been unstoppable this summer. Aaliyah Andrews into third base.
Yeah, came into this game with a .444 batting average and should have actually had a hit back at her first at bat, but it was just a line drive to her old teammate Victoria Hayward. Another line drive, smooth, level swing. Crushes this ball to right field, turns on it. Quick hands for Kelsey Harshman.
Conversation here in the circle. I always love the little dance moves we get on the base paths. You saw Alex Ibarra over there as well, who throws BP, kind of a fifth facilitator for the teams here at Athletes Unlimited. Harshman 1 for 2, had a nice swing in the first inning as well, and a line drive to left field. Hitting about .450 early in this Athletes Unlimited year. Harshman will take second. Big chance here for Bubba Nichols, our mover of the week. The UCLA duel again. Nichols singled and came in to score on the Gibson home run. 0-1 pitch, nobody out. Bubba Nichols finished 30th on the leaderboard last season, in a much better place though here in week 3.
And she told us that she almost quit playing softball after going to the Olympics in 2021 with Team USA. Just felt like she didn't have a passion for it anymore. But then AU came along and she decided to give it a go. And now look at her, mover of the week. Started off the season so hot, playing just loose and free with 11 a game again. You can see it with the way that she steps into the box and plays this game.
Inside pitch fouled off. She's kind of one. Oh, nice catch over there. There's a Shannon Rhodes in the crowd, I think, making that catch. It is.
That is her.
Who wants the souvenir?
Oh, they're so excited.
Shannon Rhodes is a hero. 2-2 up and in. To your point on Bubba Nichols, too, just kind of seems like always quietly swinging a good bat. Has a really good glove in left. Great combination of speed and power. Foul back off the netting. Great battle here by a couple Bruins.
Yeah, it's kind of been that way her whole career. Exactly what you just described was the way that I would describe it when she played at UCLA, too. Big-time impact player and important cog to that team, and also with Team USA.
8th pitch, got her on the rise ball. Strikeout number 3 for Faraimo, and that's a big one for out number 1 in the inning.
Chased it. It's almost like Megan Faraimo just had a feeling she was going to chase it. Goes to that rise ball up and under her hands. It's well out of the strike zone, and Bubba Nichols just can't hold back with those 2 runners at scoring position. Wanting to get those RBIs.
It's actually her 4th strikeout. 4 of the last 5 outs she has made have been strikeouts. Now Danielle Gibson, who got her with the 2-run shot over the right center field wall in her first at bat. A lot of inning win points on the line here. All of them have rolled over into this 3rd inning. So 30 for everybody on Team Alexander if they can play to run. Gibson trying to become an 0-2 hitter. Ground ball up the middle and through. 1 run scores. The throw home will hold Harshman at 3rd, but Danielle Gibson having a big night right now. She has brought in 3 runs.
You think about just how she's done it in different ways, too. Her home run was a bomb early in the count, pitch up in the zone that she liked, but then now this 0-2 hit just up the middle of the field, trying to protect with 2 strikes, not trying to do too much to it. Able to send it right back up the middle, sneak it past his Spates, which is always hard to do. Give her team the lead, and the inning win points.
These are the interesting conversations in the circle right now between the facilitator Aaron Dixon and the team captain Megan Faraimo, who's obviously pitching, but you also have to manage your team. We talked to Kat Osterman earlier between games, and one thing Kat would do when she's pitching is she wouldn't really want to deal with anything else. When she wasn't, though, became much more of the game manager. This is tough, though. You're having to make decisions on your own performance when all these players, such big competitors. You know, everybody wants to try and work out of a jam, I'm sure.
Yeah, you do. You want that, because as a pitcher, you always think that you can get the next out. You always want the ball. You are the one that wants to be in the circle, and so you see that with pitching coaches as head coaches too. Sometimes they'll give a pitcher a little extra longer leash to stay in a game, and sometimes it pays off, and other times it can hurt them. But I imagine as a captain, it feels the same way. You believe in yourself, want to give yourself a longer leash to stay in this game.
Down to the 5-hole Gwen Svekis. 1 out, 1st and 3rd. Slow roller left side. Delaney Wiz looks Harshman back to 3rd and has out number 2. Needed that one. The top of the order's been really good. The top 4 in this Team Alexander order, 5 for 8. Have been all 3 runs produced in the game. Hannah Flippin with runners at 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, this game, or both of these games today, these pro games here at the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, could be the launching pad for a lot of these players. 8 home runs hit, 6 of them hit by players who hit 1 already this season. So, no, there's always turning points in a season, a game that you can look back to where you started to get back on track and get confidence, and maybe that's this day for the hitters.
Hitters count for Flippin. Good swing on this to right center field. Caught, though, tailing back toward Jacobson and right, and that'll do it. They limit the damage, but 30 inning win points because of that 1 run, and it's Danielle Gibson driving it in again.